Log 10. The shard that I found in my previous log is more strange than I initially thought. It not only affects the visions scattered around the forge, but it also cannot be interacted with by someone who does not know that it is there, and it cleanses the black goo running from room to room, making it a shining gray metallic color while I am near it. It has also increased my physical strength, allowing me to easily carry at least twice what I was able to before. I also feel as if something is physically touching, poking and prodding at the front of my head and past it into my intellect. Uh, but now the goings on of those beyond myself, and the Forge in general. Uh, we have finally found a physical threat to us that we can defeat and do not need to hide from. I do not relish in this, and in fact, I do rather dislike it, because even though we can defeat them, it is still difficult to do, not only physically, but mentally too, as we do have to kill this living creature. They appear as large felines with technological enhancements, along with odd mutations similar to those of the wolves I described in the second log. We have also decided on the name Autobeast, as it is a portmanteau of the two most striking features about them, their automata-like enhancements and their bestial forms. It also seems that they are after my shard, as there is always at least one of these beasts that only attacks me, despite Belial and the Corporal both being much more aggressive and threatening. I have managed to defeat the beasts that attack me, um, and I know that if I give up my shard, my problems would be solved for the most part while inside the forge. But I still feel connected to it in some way, like it's a close friend. But until I figure out why I feel this way, we will move on to the section about Tophet culture. This time, we will talk about some of the rituals that take place to worship Dinah. Um, One of my least favorites in my youth were the pilgrimages we took. These pilgrimages were different depending on the town you lived in. However, me and my village would walk across the beach until we reached our final destination point, an ancient monument of Didna shaped as a four-leaf clover that has since been destroyed. The only part that still stands is the stem of the clover. Two leaves are within 10 deca-units of the stem. One of the leaves was taken to our village so that we always have a holy artifact of Didna near us, and the fourth is missing. But I have heard tales from my ancestors of it being a full statue and monument. There was also the crafting of talismans that, looking back on it now, were possibly just something to keep the children busy during church days, but it was fun nonetheless to create small trinkets with my friends and siblings. The elders of my village would do some divinatory rituals to attempt to communicate with Dina to see the future of my village and how we would fare for the coming 1,000 days. Should they see something bad, they would initiate a lucky blessing ceremony where everyone would bring something that they personally considered lucky, whether that be something stereotypical like your four-leaf clovers or rabbit foots or it could be something that is specific to one person, to the town center, and they're all put into a large cauldron that is later filled with celestial wine and stirred around. After everything was incorporated into the wine, the adults would all have a glass to give praise to Didna with all of the power of the Lucky Charms. This concludes the 10th log. I will be back with more information next time. But until then, praise be to Didna.
Don't think I'll lose. I love a boss woman, tough woman, cute kind of rough woman. Take me to the gym, tank top, hot stuff woman. Hot for the muscle, my maze. Can you even judge me? I'm a woman that takes some, but they got me in a chokehold. When they look, I fold. Feel like I'm a do what I'm told.